Santaco, you may not give hitchhikers lifts. Santaco, you may not give hitchhikers lifts.
Patrollers who are intimidating, impounding of cars, and preventing motorists for giving lift to people along the N4 in the Mpumalanga province. It's number one. Number two, Honorable Chair, acknowledge that while hitchhiking can be very dangerous and expose both the hitchhikers and drivers to criminal element, the intimidation of motorists is not only intolerable but illegally so. And on the last one, I said, let's take this opportunity to call on the various taxi associations, the MEC for Transport and Police, as well as the police to clamp down on the intimidation and impounding of people's car by taxi patrollers. I so move, Honorable Chair.
Namens Jacques Toei van Groep Editors, ons volg nog die protes van die Peru Taxi Association. Ons is nou hier by die brug van Nelson Mandela Boulevard, besig om uit te gaan hierso uit George Industria. Die manne is nog besig om te toi. Hulle skat is omtrent ten minste 120 taxis wat vandag hierso is. 10:30 beplan hulle om by die munisipale kantoor te wees en dan 12:30 beplan hulle om by die verkeersafdeling hulle petisies te oorhandig. Ons gaan nog 'n bietjie nader.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dr. Jones, Wina TV. Please subscribe. The council said it is their business as taxi operators to pick up passengers because they have permits that let them do so. According to the South African National Taxi Council, Santaco, no motorist is permitted to give hitchhikers a lift, even if it is a family member. The council said it is their business as taxi operators to pick up passengers because they have permits that let them do so. Fanyana Sibanyoni, the Santaco National Deputy President, Mpumalanga Santaco Chairperson, and the Vukanini Taxi Association Vukta Chairperson told the Ridge Times taxi operators have permits to load the passengers and the motorists cannot pick up others because they are not taxis. Hitchhiking is risky for hitchhikers and motorists, especially as we approach the festive holidays. Motorists get hijacked because they pick up hitchhikers who are car hijackers. Recently, we read in the Ridge Times of a hitchhiker given a lift from the Kaya Mall in Mbalenhle. He was robbed and dumped near a Togomala school in Kinross. Hitchhiking and picking up hitchhikers are risky. There are hijackings around our area that involve hitchhikers, such as the four-way stop in Kinross that became a hijacking hotspot. Motorists who picked up hijackers believing they were hitchhikers can tell about their experiences. Some have lost their cars and belongings while also being injured. Some were dumped in the field in Gauteng after being hijacked, said Sibanyoni. He said there are many hijacking cases in Leandra and Kinross. Sibanyoni claimed a taxi is the safest transport to use because no one will be robbed or hijacked. Sibanyoni said as taxi operators, they will always protect their business because they are legally permitted to transport commuters. Someone commented and said, go talk somewhere else because people die in Texas every day. Women get raped in Texas. People get robbed in Texas. If you want to die, get in a taxi in South Africa. They think they own this country. Well, they don't. I will pick up friends and family, and if you think you're going to intimidate me, the things will get rough. You can't control everything and everyone. Another one commented and said, so if you leave a family member in a hospital and come back to pick them up at the roadside, you're not allowed to do that. What is all this gangsters making rules for government to follow? As long as this happens, this country will keep be moving in reverse instead of moving forward. Another one commented and said, only the government can give the instructions not to pick up hitchhikers, not taxi association. Hitchhikers are hiking very far from the taxi rank. I would agree with them if we pick up hikers at the taxi rank. Why government is punishing us? Another one commented and said, at least we can ask for a lift from our family, especially when they are also going home for Christmas and to the village. They mustn't think they are too entitled. They got themselves to blame. How can they buy so many taxis and expect the public to pay for them? Bullies. Another one commented and said, the passengers should say they don't have money, so they hitchhike rides, and we see how fast the taxi association changes their stance. Play the same SME game they're trying to force us to adopt. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dr. Jones. Why Not TV? Please subscribe. Bye for now till we meet again next time. Subscribe.
Here's a direct question. Are people who own cars allowed to give hitchhikers a lift?
No, they are not. They are not allowed. It's our business. They are infringing our rights because we are taxi operators with permit to load passengers. But people cannot just pick up people because they're not taxis.
If it's a family member, if it is my family member that I'm giving a lift to work.
How do you see your family member on the street?
So I'm supposed to confirm to you that this is my family member and somehow
as I was saying, every company's got securities. If you see there's a family member is hiking there and you see there's a patrol car, just stop your car, go to the security guy and explain to them to say, this is my family member, please allow me to pick that person. I don't think they'll give you a problem.
It's a country of laws, Mr. Sibanyoni. I do not have to explain myself to I don't have to explain myself to a security guard who is driving in a vehicle. For all I know, this could be a criminal. Why must I stop and explain myself to some person as to why I have a passenger in my car?
Yes, it's a country of law, but that country of law, it doesn't say you must violate other people's rights. Because, yes, everybody's got the right in this country, but it doesn't say you must violate other people's rights so that you can enjoy your right.
Mr. Sibanyoni, I'd like for you to just hold the line for a moment because the listening on the other side of the line is Miss Rebecca Pala, and she is with Santaco at national level.
Yes.
Miss Pala, are you there? Can you hear us?
Hi, yes, I can, and good evening to Chairman Sibanyoni.
Do you hear him when he says that People in Mpumalanga have no right to ferry a passenger in their car. Otherwise, they're going to have to explain themselves to security that is or that belongs to the taxi industry there. Is that allowed?
Well, for starters, Koli, the sentiment that Chairman Sibanyoni is sharing is exactly the sentiment that is understood on a national basis. So we're literally going to tell you the same thing. When you speak about urgency that South Africans are supposedly exercising when they load people into their private vehicles, there's a very thin line that we seem to be missing with you colleagues in the fourth estate. And that's the thin line of the aspect of the reality that we know, which is a reality that we are in a country that's got a high number of violence. The taxi industry, just as with any other operator in the transport sector, is permitted to transport people on a daily basis. When you start saying to us, people must be allowed to be loaded into private vehicles, you're essentially saying that people should now expose themselves to the danger that comes with getting into a vehicle that's not permitted to be transporting private citizens.
Hold on, Ms. Pala. Hold on, Ms. Pala. In South Africa, we have the South African Police Service. They are the people who are empowered by law to do exactly what you purport the taxi industry security is doing. But we'll get to that in a moment. If I have a relative and we're
going to lure commuters before they can walk into a taxi rank to say, rather come into my car, I'll drive you at a lessened rate.
To prove it to us. Is this something that you are picking up as a problem as the SAPS? And what are you doing about it? Because I'm told by many listeners that they've raised this issue with the police.
Thanks, Clement. The area where I know somewhere last year we picked up this problem was in Limpopo, around Mokopane and Tuando area, which police and the road traffic inspectorate, they did act in that regard. We are aware that the associations, they have some cars they call patrollers, but those cars, they work only on their own, to their own taxis, but they've got no right whatsoever to stop any other person on a public road. They can stop their own taxis, fine, but no any other public person are they allowed to stop for whether you have your neighbor or you have whoever. They just have not that right to stop people. And the areas I know we had, the problem was mostly that area of the Limpopo I spoke about, and also around Tembisa. Last year, we even had a team that has to deal with it around Tembisa because it was a problem around malls in Tembisa. And but yeah, it's a matter that I will have to take it up, instruct the provincial commissioners just to heighten again and make sure that they engage the taxi associations thereafter and make sure that these taxi people, they can stop their own taxis, don't have a problem, but not any other member of the public driving on a public road.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I'm glad you'll engage with the provincial commissioners as well, because I interviewed the provincial chairperson of Santaco in Mpumalanga, who was so clear in that we are not going to stop doing that. Those are our roots. And if anybody is going to come and take customers away from us, it's their responsibility to stop you and search and ask questions about whether or not you've got permits. So it looks like at national level, Santaco, when I spoke to the spokesperson, said, yeah, that's not what we're supposed to do. We agree. But I knew that's a PR answer because on the ground it's happening, which is why we went to get someone at a provincial level who tells us a different story. Thank you so much for that response. I want us to start out.
I'll also engage them.
Sorry, please repeat that, Commissioner.
I'll also engage them. I'm saying I'll also engage Santaco and the National Taxi Alliance at national level.
Okay.
Because that's not how it's.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dr. Jones. Why Not TV. Please subscribe. Bye for now till we meet again next time. Subscribe, please. Don't forget to like and to comment. Thank you very much. Dr. Jones, Why Not TV. Mutsonga wa Shiviri from Libombo. Goodbye till we meet again next time. Subscribe.